the refugee with a revolutionary spirit. She founded the Red Ma'at Collective and the Red Ma'at Healing Center to challenge and transform oppressive structures, all while completing her designation as a registered psychotherapist.
Yes.
Ty's relentless commitment to healing her own traumas drives her insurgent efforts to ignite profound change and liberation within the community. Welcome, Ty.
I just saw everyone kind of like here, and I don't like staying in one spot. Hi, salam alaikum. Y'all, come on. Salam alaikum. Peace and blessings. Hi, so my name is Tai, short for Taysir. And as mentioned, I'm from Umdurman, Sudan. Hitana Sata. Woo, gang, gang. I do not have a neighborhood anymore. I do not have a home anymore, a physical home. It was taken from us. So my home is here, my heart. My home is here in the eyes of my brothers and sisters. That's where my home is now. And so I'm here with all of you at home. So I know we've all been standing still for a little bit, and I kind of just want to make us move. We're going to do three things, okay? First, we're going to take 3 deep breaths. So from the nose, out of the mouth, in through the nose, out of the mouth. Last one, inhale. Big exhale. Good. I want you to find 3 different sets of eyes and hold them for 3 seconds. 3 different sets of eyes and hold it for 3 seconds. Smile. Right? I do this because I want to remind you that we're here in community, in a collective. And even though we're here, we're listening to stories, we're hearing about what's been going on in Sudan. If we're not in tune with that human aspect, we're going to lose everything else. Okay, I know there's a bunch of Arabic speakers, but what do you call a person? Like what is a person? بالعربي. What is it? The one with the N. N. Nafs. Right? What does that mean? Yeah, but what does the word nafs come from? Breathe. Yeah. So one of the beautiful things about Arabic is it really focuses on the primary function of a thing, right? So namla, an ant, num, right? It bites. A human, nafs, breathes. So we have to come and breathe together, right? We have to be together, because one of the things that happens when we breathe together, we slow down. We feel. We're not rushing. Because I promise you, all these people going back and forth are doing shallow breaths because they're rushing. Now, I haven't been to London in about 14 years. And I think one of the things I said when I came, I was like, I want to see what changed. Nothing really changed, right? So I'm here in Trafalgar Square. I'm seeing like all of these like buildings. Everyone tells me how beautiful they are. All I see is blood. What country paid for that with its blood? What person had to die so their land would be extracted for that building, that statue? Where did the granite come from? The wealth that we see around, all of us here predominantly colored, came from your home. Came at the cost of your people, the cost of your land. And so when I see this beautiful mix, it warms my heart, because what we're doing is countering what they've been teaching us, which is that you and I are not the same, and that I don't need to be worried about you. I just have to be worried about me. But in doing that, now I'm weaker, because guess what all the colonizers are doing? Playing golf and having tea.
Pretty much.
Right? They stay connected. They will even defend each other to the point where they will lose a job for the other person. Look at Biden. He's definitely not getting reelected, but for him, that risk was worth the amount of money that he was going to gain. So he doesn't care. But for us, it's not money, it's our lives. And so if we don't start showing up for one another the same way that we would show up for ourselves, then our currency, people power, goes. And we have nothing. In way you show up for your blood relatives. Because in this colonial structure, that is the only person who is going to protect you from them being able to build more buildings, adorn more gold, and build more lavish gardens that they keep us out of. So I love this shirt, and I wore it today because I didn't have anything blue because I just flew out here on an emergency. I got my Palestine, I got my Sudan, I got my Tigray, I got my Congo, and I got my indigenous, because Canada, settler colonialism, we love to steal people's land. And every time I look at this, I see two things. Palestine, I see oil and strategic location. Sudan, gold, strategic location and agriculture. Tigray, strategic location and agriculture. Congo, cobalt and agriculture. Our indigenous brothers and sisters, their land, their water. So each one of us has something that they wanted. Each one of us has something to lose. I almost didn't come today, you know? I almost didn't come to speak to all of you because now, for me, June 3rd has a extra new meaning. My beautiful uncle, Sammy, died today at 9:28 a.m. I was with him in the hospital. That's why I'm here in the UK. And I was debating, do I just stay in or do I come out? But then I remember who he is and who he was and how if I wasn't here, he would be so disappointed in me. Because my beautiful, beautiful uncle, who's basically my father figure, also human rights advocate, we lost him for 20 years. 20 years we lost him because of Bashir. He was kidnapped, he was tortured, and what he died of today were complications from the torture 25 years ago. And here we are today, June 3rd, and I'm remembering every lost soul, again, because of Bashir and his henchmen. And then we have the genocide that we're feeling and going through today that the world does not want to see because our complexion isn't right. Again, by the henchmen of Bashir. But I can put all the blame on Bashir. Yes, I can. But I also have to put blame on the structures and the systems that allowed for a man like that to be in power. Because in reality, the only reason why a dictator exists and extremists exist is because there's a void and desperation of the people to be exploited. And that is how they build. And so yes, I'm angry at Bashir. I'm angry at Burhan. I'm angry at Hameti, and I wish very terrible things for them. But I also know that there was only ever space for them because of everything around me here. I have not been to the homeland of the primary colonizers for quite some time. And as I've been here, as I've been walking through the streets and seeing the people, I was actually in conversation and someone told me, well, as long as the protest is peaceful, we don't mind. And so I asked, name me one right, name me one independence that came without violence. So today, June 3rd, we don't even have the official numbers, you know? We actually don't know how many people we lost. There's one that was almost lost, my cousin. See, my mom was there. Luckily, we got her out, but the rest of our family, because no one wants to open their borders, was stuck. For me, 80% of my family today is still in Sudan. So our family being stuck, but being so inspired and taking to the streets day after day after day, irregardless of the risks. On June 3rd, my beautiful baby cousin was left. I don't know if y'all know, so like we have, the Nile runs big. And we have these like little canals that go through the streets, so that way when there's like the access of water, they go in. Sometimes people get a little lazy and will just like throw their trash there and be like, oh look, garbage can, and just walk away. But there are these little trenches that you see all around the neighborhood. Now, had it not been for the persistence of my aunts and my uncles who, with their phones going out at night, risking their own death, my cousin, who was in one of those ditches left to die, would not have been found. And I would not have seen him a week later when I went to travel to Egypt. That was the first time I saw that much flesh without skin. The first time I saw bone without surgery. The first time I saw meat and fat on a human body. And when I went to him, I was so heartbroken. And he looks at me and he says, "They see it, you made it, alhamdulillah." And I wanted to break down and cry. And he's like, "Why are you crying?" "I'm here. You can cry for them, but I'm here. Don't worry about what you see. I'm here." So he was lucky. But in seeing what they did to him, I can't even imagine what was done on the ground that we did not have access to see, because of how demented and intentional they were to block our media. And that is what they've been doing again now. The big NGOs, which is just another form of colonialism, say that the numbers ranging between 10 and 15,000 dead as of now, with everything going on. That is an insult to me. I have no home. My entire neighborhood has been decimated. That in itself is over 10,000 people. So please explain to me how the total number for our entire country is 10 to 15,000. That's not true. There's no way that it can be. And so today, I'm holding in my heart so much the grief, the pain, the anger, the frustration. But more than any of those feelings, the one thing that stands out the most, Rabbil Alameen, is love. Because despite every single ugly thing that we have faced since 1956, and even before that, somehow you put on the right song and the Sudanese people will dance. You bring out the right food, they'll come. And they will come with a smile. And I have chosen, and I encourage each one of you to choose, that for each one of those people who are back home, that you will never let go of love, you will never let go of joy, because you owe that to them, because they have not given up on those things. So how dare we even fall into despair? How dare we even think despair is an option? Despair is a betrayal of our solidarity. Betrayal. A betrayal for Gaza, a betrayal for Sudan, a betrayal for Tigray, a betrayal for Congo, a betrayal for all indigenous peoples, because we are one. And the moment that we give up on love and joy, we might as well just give them what they want, because that's the only thing that saves us. Because if I love you, and I love you like I love me, I would never stay silent. If I love you like I love me, if there's a bullet, I'm coming. I am coming. And we're doing it together. And we're not going to be alone.
We have no homes. We have no country. It depends on all of you. We have no homes. Britain kept us, but we need our Sudan to prevail. We need our country. We need love from each of you. Love, peace between all of us. Thank you.
Love has to be radical, and in order for it to be radical, it has to be backed by actions. So do not tell me you love black people, do not tell me you love Palestinians, do not tell me you love anyone in this world that you are not willing to back with your actions, because that is not love. That is, excuse my language, that is bullshit otherwise. If it is not backed with actions, you are lying to yourself and to us, and I do not have capacity or space for that. We do not have capacity or space for that. Our lives are too far at risk for us to have capacity for anything other than genuine solidarity. And so show up the same way that you would for everyone as you would for the mom that brought you into this world. Because if we don't see that in each other, there's nothing. Give them your gold, give them your oil. We have nothing then. Jazakallah khair. Thank you so much for letting me speak to all of you.
Thank you so much. Please give up her again. Thank you. Thank you.